Rob Cross's rapid rise from being an unknown amateur, winning tiny prizes at local tournaments, to becoming world champion and winning a huge sum of money in just a few years is one of the best stories in darts history. Since then, he's only got past the 4th round at Ali Pali once, but he's continued to pick up titles regularly and has always been in the top 10, meaning he's won millions over the course of his 8-year professional career. But in the past few days, a crazy financial scandal has come to light which sees Rob now in a tough spot with a huge 6-figure debt to pay. Hello and welcome back to another video on the Darts World channel. Today we're going to take a look at just how Cross got in this crazy situation. Rob Cross's crazy rise to darts superstardom began in February 2016 when the electrician managed to win the Riley's Norwich amateur qualifier for the UK Open. In Minehead, a then unknown Cross upset the odds to beat Ken McNeil, Wes Newton and Jeffrey de Graaf, always a big outsider, before then being drawn on the main stage against the then ultra-dominant world number 1 Michael van Gerwen, who hit a 9-darter against Cross in a 9-5 win, which was a very respectable scoreline for a debuting Rob. Cross then spent the rest of the year playing on the PDC's second tier, the Challenge Tour, on which he won 3 of the 16 events and comfortably topped the Order of Merit, winning a tour card for 2017 alongside runner-up Ryan Searle, not a bad graduating class. He then had a stunning debut professional season, winning his first Players Championship title at just the 3rd event, and then winning 3 more to head into the Players Championship finals as the number 1 seed, as well as reaching 2 finals on the Euro Tour, both of which he was beaten by Van Gerwen in. Those runs meant that he comfortably made the European Championships, where he reached his first major final, and you guessed it, was beaten again by Van Gerwen. It was then time for his World Championship debut, where the story really starts. In his first game on the Ali Pali stage, he averaged 104 to beat Japan's Seigo Ostada 3-0. That set up a round 2 tie against Michael Smith, in which Bully Boy missed 2 match darts, allowing Cross to force a deciding set, which he won in a game where both men averaged over a ton. Rob then comfortably beat John Henderson to reach the quarters, where he quickly went 4-1 up on Dimitri Vandenberg in a first of 5 game. But the young Belgian then rallied, winning 3 sets on the spin to level the game up, before missing multiple darts to force a tiebreak, before Cross hit the madhouse double 1 to make the semi-finals. His opponent in the last 4 was Van Gerwen, and the bookies saw it going the same way as many of their past meetings, giving Cross odds as high as 4-1. The match, which turned out to be one of the best ever, went all the way to a sudden death leg, in which MVG missed his 6th match start of that final set before Cross hit double 8 to reach the world final at his first attempt. Awaiting him there was none other than the 16-time world champion Phil Taylor, who would be playing in his last ever professional PDC game, a huge moment for the sport. And the bookmakers, whilst thinking that it would be a close match, made Taylor the slight favourite. But it wasn't close at all, and Cross just played magnificently, averaging 107 and taking out 140 to be the party pooper and win 7-2, picking up his first major title, none other than the World Championship, which saw him win the famous Sid Waddell Trophy. Alongside that though, people were very interested in how much Rob had won. He claimed the then record £400,000 winner's prize, which saw him move up to world number 3, not bad for someone who had won just £7 in a local pairs tournament just a year earlier. This was huge financially for Cross, and he'd already taken steps to plan for big success, as a few months earlier, in May of 2017, he formed a private limited company by the name of Rob Cross Darts Limited, which, following his Worlds win, he added his wife to as an individual person with significant control. Making a company like this is nothing out of the ordinary for darts pros, with Paul Nicholson saying here that a darts player declares how much money they've earned over the course of the year, and the taxman takes his cut based on what kind of business you are. Most players have limited companies and therefore pay a fair amount of tax. If you win $500,000 for becoming world champion, then $10,000 goes to the players union and the rest will go into your bank account. You have to be careful and work out there and then what you know will eventually go to the taxman. Basically, by having a limited company, players can pay corporation tax instead of higher rates of income tax on their winnings and earnings, and use business expenses for things like travel. In May of 2018, Cross's company had net assets of just under 250k, which was probably most of his World Championship prize. Over the years that followed, while not reaching the same heights again, Rob continued to pick up major titles, including the World Match Play in 2019 and the European Championships in both 2019 and 2021. But during this period, Cross's company began to have less cash at the bank and in hand, and more creditors, meaning that in the accounts for the year ending May 2020, the net assets were just £45. By November 2023, the company was put into liquidation, with the total deficiency, or money owed, being a huge £580,000. Then just a few days ago, we got a government report which explains everything. An insolvency service investigation found that the company received more than £1 million from Rob Cross's earnings between the start of March 2020 and the date of liquidation in November 2023. A total of £169,500 in sponsorships and £261,901 from his management company was also paid into the company. However, in the same period, Cross withdrew funds of at least £306,403 from the company, which he acknowledged was to the risk and ultimate detriment of HMRC. A further £665,419 was paid into the personal account of a connected party. By the time the company went into liquidation, it owed £403,896 in corporation tax, £49,071 in VAT, and £12,436 in PAYE and national insurance contributions. The company had only paid £41,936 to HMRC between March 2020 and November 2023. Cross's director's loan account was also overdrawn by £423,608 when the company went into liquidation with liabilities of £579,805. As a result, Rob has now been banned from serving as the director of any company until March 2030, and it's been revealed that since last year he's been in an individual voluntary arrangement with an insolvency practitioner, which will see him make monthly contributions to pay back the debt based on his income from darts events this year and over the following seasons. This will affect Rob's earnings greatly and see the man, who according to Darts Oracle has won £3.3 million in prize money throughout his career, with a big debt to pay. He's obviously had this hanging over him throughout this year so far, and the pressure doesn't really seem to have got to him, as he's already won a stage title at the Dutch Darts Masters back in January, and of course, he hit a 9-darter during the Premier League. I wonder if he'll be forced to sell those £30,000 gold darts. Now, I want you to let me know what you think about this situation in the comment section down below. Do you feel like it was deliberate or just an error? Let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, as currently just 15% of my viewers are, and it would really help the channel out. You can also hit the bell icon if you want to get notified whenever I upload a brand new darts video, and please leave a like if you learned something new today. You can also comment down below giving me any video ideas you want to see on the channel. Thanks for watching.